If you haven't seen what's happened by Dead by Daylight in the past few days, it's pretty outrageous. I haven't been in the Dead by Daylight cycle in a long time, but I just thought I had to cover this story and what's been going on because it is pretty insane. A few days ago, they had Chandler Riggs play Dead by Daylight in the Behavior studio. Behavior is the developers of Dead by Daylight. So they had Chandler Riggs, the actor for Carl Grimes in The Walking Dead, playing Dead by Daylight. He was in the Behavior studio and he was going to play with streamers to help promote the Walking Dead Dead by Daylight chapter that they have going on. And they have streamed for an hour, and maybe about 5 minutes of that was actual Dead by Daylight footage. The lobbies kept getting filled up with hackers and they kept ruining the servers. And from my understanding, how Dead by Daylight private servers work is that there's 9 spots, 4 for spectators, 4 for survivors, and 1 for killer. If you fill up all those spots, there's no room for hackers to get in. They can't spectate, they can't ruin your game. So there's a very simple solution. Just fill the lobby with spectators with your mods, with Mish's mods, so that way no hackers can get in, you can play the game correctly. The mods kept getting kicked by Behavior, and there was no way to properly play the game because the hackers kept getting in and they kept DDoSing the private server and they wouldn't be able to play. You've even had Chandler Riggs saying to stop kicking them and to let them fill up the spectating mode, and they still will not listen. This is like so embarrassing on Behavior's part because they barely play the game to promote the chapter they're trying to promote. Like, it makes no sense what they're doing. The whole Behavior's whole attitude towards this whole situation was completely absurd. It goes to show how out of touch the company actually is with how both their game works and how the streaming and gaming community works as a whole. This is a horrible PR look now. This is like a PR disaster. You had this whole event planned out. You have a very simple solution. You had one little thing in it. There was a very simple solution and they just chose to ignore it, ignore the streamers, ignore Chandler Riggs, and continue on their own path of self-destruction basically. They weren't even ignoring the problem, they were actively encouraging it almost. I encourage you to watch the stream. It is pretty funny, and even if you just scroll through the whole thing, you just see they're at a lobby 90% of the time, and then the time they're actually in the game, they're just rubber banding all over the place. It's hilarious. And this is coming after a lot of controversy about Kill Switch. There's a certain perk, I believe, that made survivor items unlimited, so you could just repair generators in 35 seconds compared to the standard 60, I think it is, because your toolbox never depletes, and Behavior refused to kill switch the perk. And then it caused people on Twitter to go over to developers of Overwatch and Fortnite and tell them to kill switch it, which is pretty funny. Then I think Clown is overtuned right now, and people are also telling other game studios, hey, Clown is overbuffed, we need him nerfed, and because Behavior just doesn't listen to their community that they have. And what's crazy is that I've been out of the Dead by Daylight loop for probably 3 years at this point, and my first introduction back to it, well, I heard about the Five Nights at Freddy's collab and I heard about the Walking Dead collab, but actively playing the game and experiencing this in real time, I haven't done it. I've just seen all these posts on Twitter, on TikTok, blowing up about it. I looked into it and the whole situation is just completely absurd, and it lines up with how Behavior is as a company. Anyway, I just wanted to cover this story, this little news bit. I thought it was funny, I thought it was entertaining, thought I'd share it, let y'all know what's been happening, and maybe look into it too, get a good laugh out of it. It's all point and laugh at Dead by Daylight, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.